sound. I don't know that you're gonna get sound from Dana right this second because my
All right. It
Oh,
says
we're good. We're good.
we're
You
good.
got sound.
We're getting better
Awesome,
at this.
awesome. We are. It takes a little bit of agreement. But here we are. Everything is working out swimmingly.
Absolutely.
All right. How is everybody doing today? We're going to do some sprints, but first, Dana, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Dana Gollin. I write spicy stuff under my pen name Ava Fox. And yeah. Yeah. Like
Oh,
apparently I have a dirty mind.
well then. And I'm Sarah Sharner, where I write whatever the hell I want to. Usually it's creepy, but that's about it.
Creepy.
I don't know. I keep writing things that aren't necessarily horror, but also I don't exactly know what horror is because some people will tell me something's really scary, and I'm like, was it?
Well, yeah, like I'm still waiting for you to finish that one that I was reading, like because I have this like in my mind because I like to pretend that I am. Oh hey, DL Tillery is here with us this morning.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Um, the one I don't remember what it was called, but it reminded me of when we were watching The Gate for the fish gate, and I was like, as I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, it's coming.
It was more I think there's a Danish
Yeah, it was
one
in
I
Denmark.
watch. Yeah, yeah. That was probably more what I was thinking of, but
Oh no, wait a minute. Is the fish gate in Denmark? Because I know we watch the critters in Denmark
no,
sometimes.
I think the fish gate is in Switzerland.
Okay.
Um,
We are very happy to see you joining us this morning, Miss Tillery.
Fish doorbell. There we go. Uh,
Is it called the Swedish doorbell? Because that totally sounds in my dirty mind, I'm like, that totally sounds like
the Swedish doorbell
and
sounds like a
then
move.
and then he did the Swedish doorbell on me.
Mm.
We could totally come up with something. You are nuts.
Fish doorbell comes back on March 3rd.
Is that like spawning season for whatever kind of fish it is?
It must be. It must be the season where they're going through.
Yeah.
The Netherlands.
Okay.
That's what this says. But it is far harder for me to find that than it should have been.
Okay, I think I understand what this cat's trying to do. I think he's trying to get under the happy lamp. So
Probably because it's probably warm.
oh, yes, it is. Why didn't you just say so?
Because they like
Instead
to like lay in a ray of sun or whatever. Laura's laying where the sun would be if the sun could get through, but we have blankets hung on the windows
yeah,
because it's cold out and our windows are leaky.
I can. Elijah,
Yeah.
you want to go open some curtains? The sun is shining today.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
So I was like, we can go open the curtains so that the cats can lay in the sunshine and soak up some vitamin D.
Or whatever the hell they want.
Okay.
No, that's fine. I think it'll be all right. You got to be careful about these. No, you got to close that curtain because I can't.
You can't see your screen.
Yeah, well, he's standing in front of the window, and I'm like, no, I think it'll be okay. And then he walks away, and I'm like, nope, put it back, put it back. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess that's fine. do I still look okay?
You look fine, yeah.
Okay, all right, that one's good. But do the ones in the living room too.
I probably should turn on a light. I am a little dim here.
Um, well, yesterday,
Oh,
speaking
I
of
have a light
light,
on.
and well, speaking of lights, I was sitting there, um, I was sitting there, I was visiting a friend of mine, and I was practicing reading my stories out loud.
Mhm.
Um, which is something that I've never done in front of another like living human being. So,
Yeah, no, I that is something that I have thought of that I need to learn how to do
yeah,
is readings because that's what they expect you to do if you do like a book signing. They expect you to read something,
right, right.
and
And
I'm
they
terrible at it.
automatically right, but they people automatically assume because you are a good writer, you must be a good reader as well. And I mean, I've had practice over the years reading, but most of the time it's like Johnny put his balls in the bag. And you know,
Yeah.
what would you do with the chance if it was your last chance? Which, speaking of which, I'm making a video for my nephew, and it's for his birthday. So it'll be live on my YouTube channel once his birthday comes and goes because he has to be the first one to see it. But I commissioned these, like the figurines inside the book to be made into actual like figurines. No, no. I'm like, no, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So you'll just have to wait. His birthday's in March. It's the first part of March, and it's like totally cool. But basically, I'm going to be reading a story about a booger. Yeah. And
I'm
I'm like,
down.
okay. But anyway, so I'm sitting here and I'm reading an Ava Fox story, and I'm trying to like be serious, not like super serious, but just kind of like it's supposed to be sexy. And like the first obviously the opening is kind of sexy, you know, and then there's some plot to it. The plot was not as sexy as the other stuff, but um I did. It gave me the confidence to say yes, yes, this is what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start doing my audio and putting it on my website now that that's up and going. And yeah, it made me feel really good to hear a real life human being say, "Yeah, your voice is kind of sexy. You should probably do that."
That's awesome.
Because Johnny put his sticky balls in the bag.
Okay, you are an odd duck.
This is true. This is very true.
Quack, quack.
That's right. Well,
All right. Should we do a sprint, you think?
yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna try to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I do have a couple things I need to take care of, so we'll do that.
Okay, we'll do a
See,
20.
listen.
What?
DL Tillery is over here laughing. Okay, so if I at least I'm a funny odd duck.
Yes,
Yes.
you are you're
Great.
quacking people up. I'll be here all
Oh
week.
my goodness.
I'm here Thursday through Saturday. So all right, let's do it in 20 minutes sprint. We'll be back in 20. Hopefully we will both have progress on something and we'll be proud of ourselves.
Yay!
That's time. How'd everybody do?
I got some stuff printed off. I made some envelopes. I didn't make them. I addressed some envelopes and I'm like, whoa. And yeah, this like, holy cow.
You look like the person in my chat, Mr. Pupple's sister, in a good way.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
I got 529 words.
Awesome. Heather joined us. Hello, Heather. I appreciate your like. I really do. Thank you very much.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, we don't need that timer up there. That's silly. Silly.
I sometimes like you assume that you know people and then you learn things about them and you're just like, where did this come from?
Yeah,
Yeah. And you're
yeah.
like, okay, well, I guess we'll just Ugh. I learned yesterday that if I plan on continuing to read, I need to start carrying my glasses with me because I forgot to bring them with me. And so I was reading the passages from the anthology and I don't know how my brain did it, but I could see like the first and last letter and like occasionally there would be one in the middle somewhere and I was like, okay. But then I would get to some words that like I couldn't make out until my eyes like moved past them and then I was like, "Oh, that wasn't the right word."
Yeah.
Mm.
They said their sister is one of those people who searches for historical artifacts. They weren't sure what it's called. I offered archaeologist, and they said they think that's what it is. But yeah,
Yeah. That's
so
really cool. Like I too love artifacts and history and looking at really cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. When my mom came back from the Middle East, she had like all of this stuff. And like, so she was showing everybody like all of the stuff that she had gotten from like the touristy areas.
Mhm.
And then I was unpacking some of her trunks and I pulled out this like clay cup that she had found. And I was super excited because I knew exactly what it was because you could see the hands, the fingerprints of the person who made this clay cup. And so my sisters and my brother were like geeking out over, all of this Middle Eastern like clothes and jewelry and stuff. And I'm geeking out over this cup that she had. And it was a broken cup that she had actually found. Um, from Abraham's house that she smuggled. And I was like, and then I thought, what if Jesus drank from this cup? Just a little nerdy, that's all.
Mr. Pupple's sister found a box of books from 1688 this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Like where is she looking at? Like is it what kind of books are they?
Yeah, like, can you tell us any details, or is that like not allowed? If that's not allowed, then it's not allowed. So
Yeah.
we're not asking you to break any rules or anything. But
Yeah.
I know sometimes that stuff is a little sticky.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you still working on the same project you were working on last year? Last year?
Yeah, I started November of 2024 on this. It's 28,000 words right now.
Oh, wow. Are
Yeah.
you are you getting to a point where you're like wrapping it up, or are you still trucking along?
Oh, it's still going.
Right on.
Yeah, it's long.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know, it's a lot. Um, he said, unfortunately, the pages are too glued together. It's not safe to open currently. However, there's plenty of ways to remove glue. I'm sure she'll figure something out.
Now I've got even more questions. I'm like, was somebody hiding like treasure inside this book? Is that why they're glued together? Or like,
Probably just like over time and
okay.
inks and stuff. Some of them do weird things. And
Yeah, because I know I know that
my stream elements is trucking right now. I don't know why it's going so crazy.
yeah.
That's why
I
I turned it
know
off sometimes.
that like sometimes depending on like where you go, you can find people who have put like valuables and weird objects and then buried
Yeah,
them. Yeah,
yeah,
which I think that would be totally cool, but I'm not that dedicated. I want to be the person who goes to like the art museum or something and sees all the things that people have found and
yeah.
go, "Wow, that's really cool," versus going out and finding them.
Right. They
Yeah.
said something interesting I noticed is that all the books were written by the same person, which is wild to me considering that there's like 60 or so books. That is wild.
That is wild. Especially back then, like, because they said like 16 something, right?
1688. Yep.
Yeah, so we're still talking like pen and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is totally cool. I don't, yeah. Do you have it? That's a lot of dedication to actually sit down and write books. And are they like thick books? Are they like Little Women books? Like,
Well, I mean, since she hasn't opened them, I'm sure she doesn't know some of the details, like how big the print is or how it's.
well, yeah, but I mean, you can definitely tell whether it's like an inch thick or,
Right.
your family Bible thick. That's really cool though.
Yeah, that is really neat.
Yeah.
We do need to get into another sprint because I'm about to have an ad break.
Okay.
So,
Let's do
we're
it.
yeah, so we're gonna do another 20-minute sprint. Um, we will be back to talk again. There will be an ad break, so it's gonna make noise on my channel. So I apologize, but if you don't want ads, you're welcome to subscribe. So, all right, let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Right. That is time. I got 502.
I finished reading this letter that I was reading, and I got 127 words on a new story that I just started now, because one of the suggestions that was in this correspondence was like, oh, I can do that. I'm going to try to do that, and then I'll find a man that I can run it by and be like, hey, is this accurate? Because I've noticed a shift in like my readers. Like there's more men who are reading.
Mm.
And they're like, "Hey, your stories are wonderful. However, you don't write about this specific thing." And I'm like, "Huh. I guess I didn't really think about that specific thing in the way that they think about that specific thing." So I'm like, "Challenge accepted, sir." But wait a minute. Can you hear?
What?
Speak. Oh, okay, I
What?
can hear you. I can hear you. Okay. I saw your mouth move, but I didn't hear the sound coming out of it, and I was
It's
like,
probably just I was quiet because I'm let me.
hmm. Yeah, I don't know what's going around, but it has like a lingering cough.
Yeah. And I just, I'm allergic to the Midwest. That's where I live, so unfortunately. It's just a shit show.
Yeah, I'm allergic to the Midwest. I uh I I don't think I've actually experienced like real allergies yet. Um, there were a couple of days last year where people kept telling me that I was suffering from allergies, but I was like, this is just a regular migraine. Oh, but who knows? I'm
I mean,
allergic to
allergies
life.
can cause migraines. If
Yeah,
you're predisposed to migraines, an allergy attack can cause migraine attack.
right on.
So I mean, it's possible. It's also possible it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, but it is possible for,
Yeah.
especially since you have not been exposed to the allergens. I think they're probably more likely to have like an acute response like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because like normally when I start to feel like
But it's still a
mucusy,
migraine. It's just a
yeah,
migraine response. So it's just a different trigger. Like, but you're still
right.
treating a migraine.
Right, right,
Like,
right. And like especially like during the spring and like a little bit during the fall. I did end up taking like an like extra allergy pills just because I felt really mucusy and
yeah.
I don't like that feeling. And I don't want to say I have a hard time finding a nice medium, but like I've noticed during the winter time, I have to spray everything more often because it's like dry and angry. And then
You could try Flonase because that's an allergy medicine and a nasal spray.
I didn't think about that.
And then you get the 2 for 1. So it like
Yeah,
oils up your sinus, but it also um, is an actual allergy medicine. So
that's worth looking into. I can
that's what I
definitely.
used. Because I'm allergic to latex,
Mhm.
this is so fucking weird. What we put together is essentially that. Oh, that was weird. We switched places.
Because you
Um,
raised your hand. It's
oh, I didn't
all
mean to.
it wants me to view the fact that you are
Okay.
raising
Oh,
your
weird. Anyway, we what was I saying that confused the shit out of me?
we were talking about Flonase and you're allergic to
Oh, so
you're allergic to allergies.
yes, I'm allergic to latex, And they were painting, they were doing like a constant painting thing at the nursing home I was working at, where they were painting every day, all of like the nicks, they were just constantly trying to fix everything. And we put together that when they're painting, my ears would, the latex in the air was causing my ears to get fluid buildup, which was causing an infection.
Mhm.
And so I used Flonase during that time, and that dried out the ear canals and kept
Yeah.
me from getting ear infections.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because
So
that's what,
that's why the Flonase sounded like it might work for you.
yeah, because this last time when I had this, I don't
Hi,
know
bug.
what I got sick with, but I could I heard every time I would blow my nose, I would hear my ears gurgling.
Mm,
Like, yeah, it was so weird. So I
yeah.
bet you, I wonder if maybe if I use that Flonase, if it would keep my ears from getting plugged up. Because I was sitting in my car one morning waiting for it to warm up. I hadn't heard, like I could obviously hear, but it was like everything was muffled for
Yeah,
like 2 days.
my ears were that way earlier this week too.
Yeah, and then I let my hair down and I started massaging my scalp, and the next thing I know, it's like pop on one side, and there's all this noise. And then it happened on the other side, and I was like, the world is too loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it's like that. Now both of the cats have come up and licked my bacon grease.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my story. Do you want to lick my bacon
Ew.
grease?
Ew, ew. That's not sexy.
I mean, if you're into bacon.
Does this have a signal? No.
Like you were giving me the bird.
I was.
Ugh. Oh, maybe like maybe because we're in like Zoom meetings, like
It is.
yeah.
It
Does
has
my
recognized hand gestures on.
does mine do it?
I
Like
don't
if
think
I
so because you're
no.
host.
Oh, okay.
See, it's supposed to recognize thumbs
Does
up,
it
but it doesn't.
recognize that hand gesture? Oh, it's not doing anything.
No.
Oh, wait, like do the hand clapping gesture. See if yeah, no. That's funny. That's
I
funny.
turned it off and then turned it back on to see. Nope.
Yeah.
It
It's
works
like
once.
it's like I'm not playing with you.
It only works when it's inconvenient.
Yeah. And then yeah,
Yeah, that sounds right.
it sounds right. Oh, and I've also discovered that on average men are more audible, so they prefer to hear said story versus read said story. At least out of the ones that I've asked their opinions, which I don't do a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be on a certain level to ask somebody, how do you like your porn?
Right? So, let me ask you this. When you're watching porn, no.
Right. They're like, what? No, never. Never heard of it. What do you mean porn?
Do
What's porn?
you turn the volume down so you can just see what's going on, or do you really like the like
Don't worry about being inappropriate on my stream, by the way. My Twitch is set as 18 plus, so
And I'm not monetized, so if they take me off, I'm like, we're here for a good time.
take me home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Sorry.
It's all right. It's all
You
good.
brought you brought a song up
I like
in my
that
head.
song.
It's a good song.
It is.
It's a good song. Ah, we should do another sprint. I
Yeah.
don't want to write anymore. I wrote 1,000 words already. I don't want to write.
Holy cow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
I have 1,031 for the day.
Oh, that's and we just started.
Right.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
we'll decide what I'm gonna do during the
Okay.
sprint, I guess.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna do a sprint again in 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. We're done. Another sprint in the bag. I did some YouTube management. I'm still uploading a video.
Fun. I did 302 words.
Awesome.
And I am starting to wonder, I have to find out like if there's a specific font that you use when you're talking to someone in text, or if it's like, like if you just do like italics, or if you're supposed to do something special. Because
I think it depends on who you're doing it for.
okay.
Like the editor, publisher, whatever would choose that. So I think that's like if you're publishing it yourself, I think it's your choice on
Oh,
how you do that.
well then.
But like if you're, for instance, writing for someone who uses Chicago manual style, you would look it up in Chicago manual style. But if you're not doing that, then it's just your style.
I bought the Chicago manual and I flipped through it a couple of times, and basically it's a coffee cup holder.
It's really worth using if you have someone who requires you to use it, but otherwise there's no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you were going to write research stuff or something and they required you to use that.
Yeah, but the kind of research I do doesn't
Right,
necessarily require any writing,
right.
But that's good to know. That's good to know. I'm like, yeah, since I am my own publisher, I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like doing. Which is basically what I do anyway, but like to hell with rules.
Right?
Who needs rules? Ugh,
That rule.
yeah.
I'm a big fan of doing a Judd Crandall that road. I like to do that randomly. My coworker and I do it together a lot.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
road.
that
I
road.
I like I didn't like the like remake.
I didn't see the remake, but
Yeah.
I didn't
I
like the original very much, but I don't like Denise Crosby. I'm the only
I
person who was happy when Tasha Yar died in Next Gen.
yeah. I I prefer the original. The aunt is way scarier in the original. She
Uh,
was, huh?
I
Yeah. I
can't
know,
take it.
right?
And the
I
fact that
know.
that's not Amanda Plummer and that's just some dude is fucking crazy to me.
Right? I
How is
was
that
like,
not Amanda Plummer?
I know. I know. But it's like, holy cow. And then it was not having the original Judd, because it's like there's just something about his voice, and like I know it's supposed to be like all maney and whatnot, but it's just not the same, It's like I want Herman Monster going out there talking about
That's fair.
and and then I watched like New Blood or whatever. Um, the one that they made, I guess it's supposed to explain like the beginning. It goes into more
Okay, I
like,
haven't seen it.
yeah, and I was just it was crazy because it's so it talks about how Judge's son dies in Vietnam,
Mhm.
but then it shows how he buries him in the soured ground, and then he like protects him, and like by actually like harming other people to protect the dead son. And I'm like,
Mhm.
this just doesn't seem like he seems like he's a much more reasonable man. And so when his son, I don't see him justifying his son going on this rampage and killing people. Um, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. I didn't like the
Yeah.
new one. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I didn't like the new one. And then I saw what was it called? Salem's Lot, the new Salem's
Yeah,
Lot.
I didn't hate it. It was just not, there wasn't, it felt like it was just over all of a sudden. Like
Yeah.
it felt very brief.
And like I think because I've listened to the audiobook and I've listened to like every word, and then I was like watching this movie and I'm what the hell am I watching? It didn't even feel like I built up in my mind this totally terrifying scenario, like, oh, this is going to be amazing. I think we talked about this,
Mhm.
how like me and Mini Monster were going to watch it together because I didn't want to watch it by myself because I was like, it's going to be so scary. And then I watched it and I was like, well, that's
Did
not
you see
scary.
Castle Rock?
I don't think so.
It was a Hulu series. It was very brief. It was 2 seasons. They claimed that's all they were going to do, but that's a lie. Because it's clear in like 7 different ways, which I could explain if you'd seen it. But um, it is a non-canon story that takes place in Stephen King's universe.
Oh,
And the first season is this kid is found in a cage
uh-huh.
in the bottom of a prison, the Shawshank,
Uh-huh.
um, after the warden kills himself.
Oh.
And the everywhere the kid goes, there's chaos and death and destruction.
Oh.
And then the second season is largely young Annie Wilkes
Hmm.
and like her backstory.
Yeah.
And then there's also a storyline with I think Ethiopian refugees and Tim Robbins, who does in fact go to Shawshank, even like, and he was in the Shawshank Redemption, so
Right.
wild. Um, but it's really fun, and it large portions of it take place in Salem's Lot.
Huh. Well, then I'll go check it out. Are they
It's
still
on
showing?
Hulu. No, it's over. Like you can watch the whole thing. It's on Hulu.
Okay. I will check it out. I'm sure on the 500 gajillion channels I have on the TV that I rarely watch, there's Hulu. I have a TV because my lovely friend came over for dinner.
Right.
And then her and her husband came over with a television. Um, but yeah, because then I started watching Yellow Jackets on on my phone, and I was like, I gotta watch it on the regular.
You do, and then we
Yeah.
gotta talk shit
And
about it because I got shit to say.
well, okay, so I'm on season one, episode three,
All right.
and right off the bat, right off the bat, in what season one, episode one, um, I didn't like, I didn't like, uh, the best friend who is like, "Why are you still with your boyfriend?" And then they're in the back seat of the car, and she's like, "Tell me that you love me." I hate
Oh,
that.
Shauna. Shauna's the main
Yes,
character.
yes, and
Yeah.
I hate that because I'm like, it's never happened to me, but that kind of shit happens, and it hurts, and that's not okay. And so,
Well, here's the thing about Yellow Jackets, and this is not a spoiler in any fucking way. Nobody is a good person.
right,
Nobody. None of
okay,
them are good people.
right,
So if you walk into that expecting, well, this person's going to be a good person, no, they're not.
right, okay,
They are not.
okay. Yeah, because then
They're all very bad people.
yeah, and then in like season one, episode three, her and the guy are about to jump off the bridge, and she sees her best friend, but her best friend's still young. And I was like, oh man. So I know that if the best friend's ghost is coming back as a high school student, then you know, something's definitely happened with her. But then at the same time, I'm like, good, good. I'm so glad that she's haunting your ass because you earned it. You fucked her boyfriend, and now, like, and now she's gonna get you.
There's a lot there. But yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah, I'm
really,
glad you're watching it.
yeah. But like right now, I think right now, out of like the senator, I think she's a senator or she's running
Thaisa,
for,
yeah,
yeah,
she's running for Senate.
yes. Her son is scary as like scary AF, like with a capital exclamation point, like because I know like I don't know anything, but when he's like Sammy, 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 I was like, oh, he's got demons up in his ass. I'll tell you right now, they need to beat the demons out of him, and then it just keeps getting worse. It just, and I'm like this little 4-year-old, this
Well, keep an open
bam,
mind. It might not be him.
right? Like it's like there's some kind of like
No,
bad
the
spirit.
problem might not be him.
Okay.
Trust me.
So this is totally going to be like an awesome mind fuck once it all comes to like fruition.
I hope some of it will be.
Okay. I
It's
mean,
also still airing, so
yeah. Yeah.
I can't promise what's going to happen
Right.
after season 3, episode 3.
Okay.
Because that's
Okay.
how far it is.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't got to work for the next couple of days, so I'll just be like yellow jacket, yellow jacket. It's like and then it's always like it's
Oh,
like
I'm on an ad break.
it's like skip the intro
Mhm.
and I never click the thing fast enough. It disappears and then I gotta play with it and make it come back so I can say skip the intro. I'm just not a I'm not a remote control connoisseur.
Yeah, I don't have like a TV. Well, we have one, but Travis uses it. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watch shit on my computer.
Well, and yeah, like I was watching it on my phone, but then because I watch everything. The first season of everything is on my phone because I figure if it grabs my attention on the phone, then it's worth coming downstairs and laying on the couch.
I don't like holding my phone,
Yeah,
so I just don't watch things on my phone.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's why my biceps are like kind of strong because I'm constantly holding my phone like
Yeah, no, I'll just drop it on my face and shit. Nah.
Oh, oh my God, I do that. Oh, I do that with books. One of these days, I'm gonna wake up with like a black eye, some big old spine. Just okay, all
Right,
right. You
right.
told me once. I'm good.
Word.
Oh man.
My hand is itchy.
Do you ever sit and watch these shows and then like not necessarily well, I guess it could be considered inspirational. But like, do you ever find yourself like watching something and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I gotta go write this scene
Oh, I write
because,
while I'm watching stuff.
oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to write while I'm watching something that has a similar tone to what I'm writing. So
Right.
like a lot of times like ghost hunting shows and like I don't believe in any of that stuff, but I still like the tone and they're
Right,
still kind of
right.
fun, you
Yeah.
know. So
I usually listen to like music because
sometimes I listen to music.
yeah, I think, I mean, I gotta listen to like sexy music because, you know, if I was watching something like that while I was writing, my adult son would probably be like, Mom, that's inappropriate.
right? I'm not comfortable with this.
I know. I'm I'm gonna cross over into the next world, and my kids are gonna stumble upon my collection of all the books I wrote between 30 and whenever I'd stop writing.
Right,
They're just gonna be like, Ma.
right.
And and part of me hopes that if they put me in an urn instead of spreading me out in a field somewhere, that they will have Sergey engraved. Oh, here lies Mom and Sergey.
Right.
Oh man, I gotta
Well,
find.
do you wanna,
Do one more,
I
or
don't know.
you want to call it for today?
I think I'm ready to call it.
Okay, okay, I'm ready. I mean, I've been up for several hours, so whenever.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So let's go ahead and do some outros and call it because I'm getting antsy.
Fancy.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who went? Are you going first?
I'll go first. All
All
right. And
right.
I'm Sarah Schreinover. If you're on Twitch, you're on my channel. If you're on YouTube, you're on Dana's channel. So there you go. We do this every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. And I also play video games on Twitch and I post those on my YouTube gaming channel. And then I have writing vlogs that go up on my YouTube channel. I'm Wordsmith Sarah basically everywhere. So there you go.
And I'm Dana Gollin. I write spicy erotica under my pen name Ava Fox. That's me right there. The sexy lady. And we just finished writing our Cupid After Dark anthology. It's here. That is not me. That's not me. Can you see it? Oh,
It
it's
was
not showing.
there.
Oh, there she is. There she is. If you want to get a copy of this or you want to get an e-copy of it, the links are down below in my description. We are sending all proceeds to the Trevor Foundation. It's available for the next 6 months. So we're like what, March, April? No, it's February. So we're
Mm.
talking July. Yeah, so go down, get yourself a copy, enjoy it. There's 10 different authors with 10 different writing styles, and yeah, so far so good. But yeah.
All right. And thank you guys for being here. And we will see you guys all next week. Bye. We're clear on my end.
Mine says that it's done.